Forget the big three. It's big me, nigga. Boom. Now, if you guys know me, you know your boy DD, and I'm a huge fan of fashion, obviously. And you've been to my channel, you know that this channel is about fashion. And you guys may know my big three in fashion are Kanye West, Pharrell Williams, and ASAP Rocky. But now that we're in a new era, it's time for a change. And these are the people that I think that are not necessarily coming up in fashion, but in this new modern era. I know that's kind of redundant, but in this era, I think are the big three. And I have to update my list of who I think are the big three right now. Talking about number one now, I've been listening to this guy's music since I was at least like 10, 11 years old, even though I shouldn't have been, but it was just the time that we were in. Now, Tyler the Creator, since he's from California, you can see that he has a laid back style, especially when it came to skateboarding earlier on in his career. He has been in the forefront in the music scene for quite some time, and he started his first two fashion labels, Golf and Odd Future Clothing, and he has that under his belt to show that he's really into this fashion stuff and he's been thinking about it for quite some time. And he's very versed and well versed in this avenue. I really like his new line Golf the Floor because it's more of a designer brand. It is more upscale or high end fashion. And he's able to captivate your attention
Style.
with storyboards and also his collaborations with Lacoste and Louis Vuitton, all that type of stuff. He's able to convey a message in a story and lead you in. That's one of the good things about Tyler that I noticed musically and in fashion as well as his music videos. He's able to relay and convey a message and a story through his art. Now, obviously, Golf LaFleur isn't as affordable as his other brand, Golf. However, he does collaborate often with Converse, and that makes it more affordable. He recently dropped a pair of kicks after doing his campaign with Pharrell and Louis Vuitton. They're pretty affordable. It was like $120 Canadians, which is probably like
Big
90
savings,
USD.
my guy.
So,
Big.
honestly, I would say that his stuff when it comes to Converse is very affordable, and that's one of the reasons why I do like it because everybody can get his work no matter what socioeconomic background you're from. Now, Call Me If You Get Lost is one of my favorite albums from his discography. I would say Cherry Bomb's my favorite one because I listened to that when I was in grade 11. I think I was driving to Virginia for my dad's graduation and I had that on repeat. So that album is on there for me, and then I would say Flower Boy, but I think this is his best work as far as rapping goes. Now his style in his era right now is probably my favorite because it's sophisticated yet playful. He's able to use like different tonalities as far as colors go. Like he's using bright colors like pastel blue and then contrasting them with lots of browns, which makes a nice cohesive outfit. And it makes sense for his current stage because he is in his early 30s, so he wants to be a little bit more mature in his fashion sense, and you can see his influence or who he's influenced by reading the book called Black Ivy. I think Tyler's style and his brand is for a lot of people who like alternative fashion. So if you're in the ages between 16 to 24, it's gonna look more alternative in comparison to the what people dress normally in the current state of fashion. But if you're 25 and up, I think you'll like it and enjoy it just like I do because it's still youthful and it's still trendy and still popular in a sense. However, you still look your age. You don't look like you're trying to dress like a younger person or something like that. For example, like a lot of people wear like Hellstar tracksuits. I'm 25. I could pull it off, but people are gonna be like, "Yo, like, whose uncle think he is wearing a Hellstar tracksuit?" So it's kind of like one of those things. So that's what I mean. So overall, I think Tyler is one of the leaders of the new school. No Busta Rhymes. Okay, Lil Yachty. Although when it comes to his music earlier on, I wasn't a huge fan. I always liked his sense of fashion. I think he is great regarding fashion because he never lacked in that area. One of his best collabs early on in his career is he collaborated with one of my favorite brands called Nautica. I love that brand from time since I was like in high school because I looked at a lot of the rappers in the 90s and they were wearing it and how they styled it with that prep slash street look. I enjoyed it. So to see a person who's around my age tap in with a brand that people don't really like or don't really care for in comparison to Tommy Hilfiger or Polo, to see that he's able to take older pieces like that and recreate it and make it new for the next generation, I really appreciate it. And it was a top notch collab, in my opinion, that went underneath the radar. Now, when it came to the 2010s, Yachty was obviously a SoundCloud rapper coming into his new career, and he was more mainly a hype beast at that point. You would see him rocking Supreme, Babe, all that hype stuff, as well as collecting sneakers. But I always respected him more so than other rappers because he didn't only just mess with like the stuff that was on trend. He also messed with like different shoes from stuff that he grew up wanting, trying to spin the block and get it back. So, for example, he would go on sneaker shopping or like look at his closet, and he would have like rare SB Dunks when Dunks weren't popular. He was buying them, or he would get rare foam posits or anything that was pretty much relevant in the 2000s and 90s for him. He got and he took care of them and actually curated those things for himself, not because of hype alone. So basically, what I'm trying to convey to you guys today is that he's not new to this. He's true to this. He's been doing this from time, and he always is a pulse in the culture, in my opinion. So in the 2020s, he's been the main fashion inspiration for a lot of young people, especially young men. And you can clearly see this on social media when it comes to TikTok, and especially within the last 2 years, 2023, sorry, and 2024. And with his group called Concrete Boys, they're pretty much taking over, and they have their style where they're taking stuff that they grew up wanting as a kid and then recreating it and making it more modern and stylish. So you can see his influence on Pinterest. You can see all these little white girls like Emily rocking like George Snow and rocking Tims and whatnot, which is crazy because Tims are a staple from the East Coast. I dwell in Toronto, Canada, so that counts. We wore it up here as well, just like people in New York or people in the DMV or Boston, Philly, whatever. But yo, it makes sense that he is one of the younger guys in rap who's gotten better over the years, but also is a staple when it comes to dressing and people wanting to dress like him. Like the fact that he's wearing brands like this, like Fubu and South Pole and Rockaware, like, and then putting it with like high end designer like Vuja Day, or another one would be like, I don't know, Bottega Veneta or whatever high end brand that you can think of that people like. He mixes both worlds together and you get a nice fit. But you can also see that he's cooking up some stuff for Nike, and if I can get my hands on a pair of concrete Air Force Ones, then I definitely will. So I'm excited to see the future for Yachty. All I'm rocking is Wells Bronner. All right, yo, Kenny rated you. Kenny said your name, and as well as Martine Rose and Hillbillies. And honestly, her fashion brand has been around since 2014, and she mainly focused on menswear, but later she started to get into women's wear. And I like her because she shows her Afro-Caribbean heritage and her roots in her cuts and her silhouettes, but also mixing it in with European stylistics because obviously she dwells in Europe. And honestly, when it comes to Wells Bronner, she's a very accomplished young lady, and all the awards and accolades that she has accumulated over the years are well deserved. And you guys see her work, and a lot of you guys do see her collaborations more so than her actual clothes. You'll see why. I'm telling you, she's that girl. This is the reason why I put her in the big three, because a lot of the times when it comes to fashion, we overlook black women a lot, and black women has influenced a lot of people's fashion sense, me included. A lot of my fashion sense comes from black women as well, like people who inspired me or encouraged me to like get out my comfort zone. So I'll definitely always give black women their due respect. But yeah, she basically shifted the game when it comes to fashion. And I think in every big three, there has to be like a true designer per se. I know in mine there isn't really, but I guess Kanye would fall underneath that category. But growing up, designers, a lot of them have shifted culture. So you have guys like Rick Owens and Yoji, Ray, all those type of guys, Nigo. pushing people out their comfort zones and doing that type of stuff, which is crazy. But since 2020, I've been seeing a lot of people starting to wear her clothes. Since Kendrick dropped her name in that song, I think a lot of more people are going to get into it. But with her collaborations with Adidas, crazy work when it comes to the Sambas or the Gazelles, anything that you can possibly think of when it comes to like footwear. I think that's the mainstay because that's the easiest thing for people to rock their sneakers, right? And then when you go from there, then you get the clothes. But her line with Adidas was insane. As a Jamaican, okay, by descent, I'm not really from there, but as a Jamaican, it inspires me a lot because her Jamaican jersey designs are insane. And I actually wanted to cop a soccer jersey for like full price. Usually I just get them on sale or I just get them in a thrift, but I almost copped it because like, yo, that's my home country, as well as the fact that it was fire and everything she did was fire, even like the tracksuit and stuff. So overall, I really think she's going to be the forefront of the next wave of fashion because black people are gonna mess with her more now once they start seeing her work. Two, like, she's very talented and well skilled and she has the skills to back it up. And three, once the rappers start shouting her out more, that's when you know it's gonna get gas. Because right now it's only like fashion kids that really know her that much and like European people. But once everybody else that's not in this echo chamber of fashion hood or whatever, fashionism, then you're gonna see her brand pretty much go to the moon and back. So I can't wait to see what she's gonna do, and I'm proud of her so much. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys leave a like. Comment down below who is your top 3 in fashion. It doesn't have to be a designer. It doesn't have to be a rap artist either. It could be like a model like Bella Hadid. It could be, I don't know, a stylish actor like the dude from I think Jeremy White from The Bear. It could be pretty much anybody, all right? Who do you think is stylish and who's your big 3 for inspiration? And yo, with that said, this is your boy Darius D signing off once again. Y'all stay suave. Peace. We out of here. You feel me?